Welcome back to Chronicle. Which month has seen the most tornado touchdowns in the U.S. since 1950? If you guessed May, you are correct. 294 tornadoes touch down here in the States on average every year in May. They are some of the most destructive forces Mother Nature can throw at us, tornadoes. Just how are they formed, and what does that EF rating mean? KETV News Watch 7 meteorologist Caitlin Harvey back to explain the basics of tornadoes.
Heading into severe weather season, we're here to talk a little bit about tornadoes, starting with their formation. We'll begin with our surface winds, the ones closest to the ground, moving one direction at one speed, but further up in the atmosphere, we have those stronger upper level winds. These combined can sometimes create a rotating column of air. Still not what we need for a tornado yet. Now, thunderstorm updrafts come and can help reach that about higher into the upper atmosphere, rotating that column of air. And now we're starting to see that take form, a little bit more of what we'd expect for a tornadic storm. Starting as a wall cloud here up in the clouds that slowly starts to extend downward, reaching toward the surface. Without reaching the ground, that's what we consider a funnel cloud. And as soon as it does, that is our tornado and our tornado warning. Now, heading into our tornado season, we do have a couple different types of advisories. Tornado watches, that means that conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form, and that can last a few hours. Tornado warning, that's spotted or indicated by radar when we start to see some of that rotation in that storm. And a tornado emergency, this one's a little bit rarer. This is a severe threat to human life or catastrophic damage, and we typically see these as tornadoes move into larger cities. Now, tornadoes are based off a EF scale, the enhanced Fujita scale. Starting with EF0, that's winds about 65 to 85 miles per hour, EF1 up to 110 miles an hour, and EF2, 135 miles an hour. EF3 getting a very strong tornado, 165 mile per hour winds, EF4, 200 mile per hour winds, and an EF5, only about 1 in 2,393 tornadoes are EF5, 200 mile per hour winds plus.
Thanks so much, Caitlin. Really interesting statistics there on breaking down which tornado is most frequent. Remember, when severe weather strikes, Omaha's weather leader has you covered on air, online, and on the go through the KETV mobile app. When the skies darken and the threat is near you, you can find coverage here on KETV News Watch 7, streaming on KETV.com and on the KETV mobile app. All right, it is finally time. After a somewhat mild and dry winter, spring is officially and finally here. So, how wet and stormy will it get? Let's find out. I've got my spring severe weather outlook. Well, it has been kind of a wimpy winter, and we've already seen record warmth so far this early spring and just sort of getting going on the spring season here. Some of the headlines I think we're going to be dealing with while La Nina is done. It's not quite yet El Nino, so sort of a neutral pattern at the moment, the Pacific Ocean. I do expect severe weather picking up dramatically, quickly, and I think we'll also have drought concerns by this summer. Well, you look at the sea surface conditions in the Pacific Ocean, and we're already seeing a lot of warmer than average water off the coast of South America and the Central Pacific, and a little more cool weather out farther into the Pacific. So this sort of just suggests that you're getting this warmer water to pool there, which means El Nino. And of course, computer models and forecasters, they try to project the odds of us getting into an El Nino. And on this bar chart, red is El Nino. Here are the months. So April, May, June, July, August, a pretty high probability that we're already into El Nino and likely to stay that way through the summer, into the fall, and into next winter. Now, how strong is that El Nino going to be? Again, the months are down here. The zero line above that would be warmer than average water in that Central Pacific. Half a degree is technically El Nino. 1 to 1.5 degrees would be a moderate El Nino, and then 2 would be a really strong El Nino. And you can see the forecasts are for at least a moderate or potentially a stronger El Nino, so it should have real impacts on weather across the country, although those are usually more in the fall and the winter. Right now, we've got pretty bad drought conditions across most of the country here, and I expect as we get here early into April and May, we're going to see more of a zonal flow, but some dips in the jet stream set us up for stormy weather and tornado outbreak potentials here across the Great Plains. And then by later in the spring, I think that maybe goes more to the east, and we'll see a dome of high pressure build out west, and that's why I think we perhaps get hotter. NOAA, thinking along those lines, warmer than average across most of the country, but especially the west, and dry across the west, some of the Great Plains, and the wetter conditions farther into the east. So looking at all those things here, severe weather season, I think, is about to get going pretty quickly, and a busy April and early May. Similar years where we came out of a weak La Nina and went into a moderate or strong El Nino are 2023, 2009, and 2006. And just to look back at 2023, April here was about average precipitation and temperature-wise, but it was extremely dry and also very warm in May. June was about half of the average precipitation and also quite mild. And that's kind of a guideline for what I think is going to happen this season. Maybe an average tornado year, not at all like 2024, but a stormy first half of spring and drought concerns by late spring. So precipitation for the whole spring, drier than average, temperatures warmer than average. Well, we'll be prepared for anything, obviously, but we wanted to get a heads up on what I expect for the upcoming spring. And remember, if you missed any part of this show or want to watch it again, it's available on the very local app. All KETV News Watch 7 reports are there on demand and all free. Download the app for Roku, Amazon Fire, or anywhere you find new apps. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here next Sunday morning for yet another edition of KETV News Watch 7's Chronicle.